Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPLElmer. We're going to be going through my Matchday 14 team selection, the second leg of the Champions League quarterfinals. I think personally most of the ties are done, but we have seen weird things in football, stranger things in football. So yeah, anything can happen. But yeah, also just looking at the fantasy side of things. But so before we get into the team selection, even around here, make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a like, share, hit that bell, you don't miss any content going up on the channel. Without wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So first, I'm going to start off my match day 13 team review. I wanted to score 98 points and a huge green arrow to the top 2000. And yeah, I can be able to maintain that and keep that up. So in goal, we had Chesney, 7 points, the clean sheet for Barcelona. And same as Kunde in there, I think for 8 points, clean sheets for them. Then we had Menz with a goal and very strong performance for 13 points. Hakimi blanked, unfortunately. Bastoni blanked but picked up man of the match, so 6 points. Yamal with a goal for 9 points. Rafinha, I think, with 2 goals and an assist for 28. He was my captain. Then you have Dembele with 5 points, Saka 3 points. Lewandowski, I think, 2 goals for 14 points and man of the match as well. And Mbappe blanking against Arsenal. So in overall, not a bad game week. Hopefully, we could have gotten to the 100-point mark if maybe Mbappe or Hakimi did something. But it is what it is, 98 points. We'll take that and hope that for match day 14 can be able to perform in a similar manner. So now let's look at what game 14 has in store for us. So this is going to be our goalkeepers and defenders for match day 14. We're going to be having Chesney in there still against Dortmund, hoping for another clean sheet in that fixture. Then we're going to be having Courtois against Arsenal, hoping for a better performance than the first leg. To be fair, he did look good in the first leg, but still considered 3 goals, which was unfortunate. But hope they're going to be at home at the moment, so maybe a clean sheet there will be very much appreciated. Then we're going to be having Kunde as well in there, hoping for as just a similar performance as the one for match day 13. In all honesty, then have Bastoni and Pavard from Inter. I'm going to be removing Kim Min Jae and bringing in Pavard. If Get News is going to be starting or going to be rotated, I think I like the double up on the Inter Milan defenders that are going to be at home. I think if they're going to be very locked up in defense and hoping for a clean sheet in that fixture. Then you have finishing off the defense, we'll be having Hakimi and man, just the same performance as maybe an assist or a goal from Hakimi. Man, just more of the same will very much appreciated. So that's the defense and the goalkeeping department. Looks pretty solid. Now that can be able to perform in match day 14. So now let's look at the midfielders. So now we can look at the midfield. We're going to be having Usman Dembele in there against Aston Villa. I know in the first leg, he only, I think, managed to get an assist, but I hope that for this game, can be able to get more than an assist since they're already leading. They played really, really well. So hoping for a strong performance and a stronger performance from him because he looked very sharp, but did not get that attacking return. Attacking return this time, we very much appreciate. Then you're going to be having Rafinha against Dortmund. I think he looked very sharp in the first leg, so just the same as the first leg, similar to Yamal. It's just more of the same. Very much appreciated. I think Dortmund are very weak defensively, especially with no Schlotterbeck in defense. I think it's going to be relatively easy for Barcelona to be able to perform. They're going to be having Olise in there against Inter. He did look very sharp in the first leg. I think maybe the only sharp player for Bayern Munich in that first leg. So I think he has a goal in him for the second leg. That's why I'm going to be having him in there. But that might switch to maybe someone like Barella for Inter Milan because I think Inter Milan are going to win. I think they're going to win comfortably in the second leg, with them being at home. So that might change, but for now, we're going to be having Olise in there. We're going to be having Bellingham, who's going to be coming in for Bukayo Saka. The reason I'm going to think of doing that transfer because Saka was at home for the first leg, literally perform as like well expected. With Bellingham now being at the one at home, I think it's going to be very good for him. Going to be very good for Real Madrid, who are trying to claw back a three goal lead from Arsenal. So they need Bellingham to be in his A game. That's why I'm going for him in there and hope he's going to be able to live up to the expectations. So that's the midfield. Looks full of goals, full of assists. Hope he's going to be able to perform. So now let's look at the forward line. So this is how the forward line is going to be looking like. Going to be having Lautaro Martinez in there against Bayern Munich. So I'm going to be transferring out Kane for Lautaro. Also, although Kane did have some chances in the first leg, he was at home, so he didn't manage to perform. I now wonder when he's going to be away, he's going to be able to perform. And Lauti has been in goal scoring form for Inter Milan. They're going to be at home. So I think Lauti is a no-brainer to have in there. And I hope he's going to be able to outscore Harry Kane, which is not, it is easier said than done, but I hope it's going to happen. They're going to be having Mbappe against Arsenal. That's the same reasoning as Bellingham. He has to be in his A game, and I hope he's going to be able to perform and push Real Madrid to be able to get that win against Arsenal and maybe just a couple of goals. Will be very much appreciated. Then finishing off the team, we'll be having Lewandowski, just more of the same as the first leg, maybe a cheeky hat trick will go a very long way. He's going to go back where it's quote unquote all started for him. So maybe it's going to be a sign of respect there. But I'd expect him to score and expect him to still celebrate. So that's the team for Matchday 14. Looks pretty solid. Hope you can be able to pick another green arrow as we push for the top 1,000. Let me know in the comments how your teams are looking like. And if you have any questions, make sure you check out my social links down in the description. Make sure you DM me and I'll be able to answer some of your questions. And with that, if you managed to reach this far, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.